Welcome back. Now, the travel rules by the United Kingdom has sparked off a diplomacy war. India has now decided to impose reciprocal action against UK as earlier warned. Now, making 10-day quarantine mandatory for those arriving from UK into India, irrespective of their vaccination status. New regulations will come into effect from October 4, and this move comes after UK decided to treat fully vaccinated Indians as unvaccinated and also mandated a 10-day quarantine for on arrival into the United Kingdom. Meanwhile, British High Commission issued a statement over this development, saying that it was continuing to work on expanding the policy in a phased approach. UK added that it was engaging with the Government of India to expand recognition of vaccine certification to people vaccinated in India.
India had always maintained that reciprocal measures were always on the agenda, but the fact that it has now been implemented has taken several people, especially in the UK administration, by some surprise. Well, it is a culmination of the days and perhaps weeks of negotiations between India and UK after UK said that even though Covishield is on the approved list of vaccines, those travelling from India with both the doses of Covishield will continue to be treated as unvaccinated. This meant that travellers from India to the United Kingdom had to undergo costly RT-PCR tests and also had to be in a quarantine. The stalemate continued for quite a few days, and it seems that the absence of date of birth on the COVID registration, on the COVID certificates, perhaps was one of the issues that led UK to take this step. Well, the certificates issued in India will now also, of course, include the date of birth, but it seemed that nothing came out of it. Britain still did not agree to change its policy about travellers coming to the United Kingdom from India. As a result, India took this step and has announced that from the 4th of October, travellers from the United Kingdom to India will have to undergo tests 72 hours before the flight, once they land in India, and also on the 8th day. They will, of course, undergo the 10-day quarantine as well. Now, this reciprocal measure that India has announced will, of course, mean that the common travellers from both the countries will have to face a far expensive flights, and traveling will of course be the traveling cost will of course be higher. But UK has itself in the past used the same strategy of reciprocal measures with several countries around the world. Its foreign secretary and health secretaries have issued statements in the past directing at their counterparts in Europe after several countries in Europe said that they will not treat passengers traveling from UK into their countries as vaccinated, and that they will have to undergo quarantine. So what India has announced is nothing new, is nothing out of the box, but perhaps UK is getting a taste of its own medicine.